beautiful people. Happy Wednesday, 9 a.m., 9:09 technically, U.S. Central Time. If you are watching, please make sure you say hello in the comments. Let me know your name, where you're watching from, what are you doing, what are you drinking, what are you eating. And of course, always make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Hey, good morning. It's me, your host, Patrick Allman. If you are a first time watcher, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to make this entertaining and educational for you. And if you are a recurring watcher, brah, sister, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. My goal today is to talk to you a little bit about being in a funk, which I've been in, and then a little bit what I have coming up in the world of travel and activities, because I think there are some things that can inspire you to get possibly out of a rut you're in. 30 minutes. That's all I need for your time. 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, since it's 9:09, yeah, I'll still do 30 minutes. But yeah, hey, and for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Patrick Almond. I run a marketing agency here in Oklahoma City called Stop Doing Nothing Media. And my goal is to go live every Wednesday at 9 a.m., let you know what's on my mind, let you know what's going on in the world of marketing and AI, or just a general attitude adjustment, which we all need on occasion. Me, especially recently, especially, however you want to word that. My attitude has been a little bit of a funk recently, and if you can relate, let me know in the comments. And I think I'm in a little bit of a funk because, or I have been, I'm coming out of it, because I've been paying attention to reality. And if I know that sounds weird, you'd think, yeah, what's wrong with paying attention to reality? No, if you're paying attention to things like the news, let's not even go there, okay? But things like the news or politics or things or what's going on in your world that's changing you, that's changing around you, that can be a little bit scary and a little bit depressing. Let's face it. And I've also noticed, so it's knocked me off my game, and this happens on occasion. I will get knocked off my game. And by my game, I mean, my disciplines, my goals, my dreams, my wishes, my goals. My dreams or wishes, my hopes, excuse me. And I noticed a while back, and this is just me evolving as a person, that when I make a plan to do something or I set an intention, I know a lot of you are big intention centers. When I put that out there and I really focus on that, then then I do better as a human being. And I'm just kind of curious if you're the same way. And what this requires me to do, though, is it requires work. It requires work to document and remember what I'm fighting for in the world of my personal life and my business. Fighting for seems dramatic. Aiming for, okay? And if I lose sight of that, if I lose sight of things like my business KPIs or my business revenue or my business profit or pleasing my clients or other things like my fitness goals, my social activities, interacting with my human beings in coffee shops. These are the things, or travel, things like that. These are things that light me up, that bring up my attitude, that bring up my spirit. And recently I've noticed that I haven't been focusing on those things. I haven't been doing any traveling, haven't been doing any social events, haven't been to any coffee shops recently. Up until, was it Monday? Maybe Monday or Wednesday? Oh, we're at Wednesday, so it had to be Monday. Up until Monday, I had taken a long time off from the gym, which was a little bothersome because, as you know, if you've known anything about Patrick Allman, you know that the gym is really one of my happy places. It really is. And if if I don't get there on a regular basis for my attitude adjustment, especially like I did this morning, then I get off. And so I'm getting back in the groove of things. And this is me talking out loud about myself, but also me giving advice to you that if you're that kind of person that feels you get in a funk on occasion, you feel like you're depressed, maybe a little bit, not a lot. I'm nowhere near qualified to help someone who is clinically depressed a lot. But I don't think I've ever been that depressed. I think what I've been, though, is I think that I just get I just get kind of angry at myself and angry at the world and angry at people around me when I'm not remembering what I'm here for and what I believe I was put in my business and on this planet to do. And so if that ever happens to you, just revisit your list, if you will. I've got a few different lists. Some of them are in ChatGPT. I've actually got some over here on the wall. You can't see it, but I've got over here on the wall, I've got the 10 disciplines of strategic coach. I've got some financial goals. I need to move those probably back over there in my eyesight because I was doing some office rearranging and they're over there now, and they should really be over there. Um, and if you're the kind of person that needs to travel to keep your spirits up, then please get some of that on the books. I just did some travel, which is one of the things that lifted up my spirit. We went out to from Oklahoma City. We went out to Medicine Park for a few days, which is this quaint little town down by Lawton. Lawton is where Fort Sill is, and Fort Sill is a military base. And I'm not going to give you any more references, but you know how Oklahoma is, has that big panhandle up there. Well, we live in the middle, and if you go southwest, you'll end up in a big, huge, probably several hundred acres of a wildlife reserve in Fort Sill. And so that's really great for hiking. And so I got out to get outside a little bit, which always lifts my spirits. If you're an entrepreneur like me, sometimes a solopreneur, what helps is looking at kind of the vision for your company and what you do for people and how it makes them feel and how it changes their lives. Because that's one of the reasons I'm in business, is to help change lives on the business and the personal side. But I got away from that a little bit. Travel wise, as several of you know that are in my circles, I'm traveling here to Dallas pretty soon to go to the big high level CRM Level Up conference. But it's what's really cool is not only is it that travel, it's I'm doing lots of activities on the way, educational activities, which I'm so stoked for. Originally, I was going to do my own activity the day before, so the high level event is on Saturday, and excuse me, high level event starts on Monday, and so I have my event going on the evening of that Sunday, and then I found out my National Speakers Association family is having an event that Saturday morning. So I'm going to go down even a day earlier. So if you're going to be in the Dallas area the weekend, anywhere, 10th, probably through 16th or 17th, if you want ever going to be in the Dallas area, and whether or not you're a member of NSA or whether or not you're a member of the Level Up community, if you want to socialize, if you want to network, DM me on Facebook or text me. The number floats around on the screen. Text me and let's connect. Let's do some networking. Let's do some business sharing. Let's see if there's some ways we can help each other. Because once I depart the home office up here and I drive the 3 hours to Dallas, from that point forward, I'm in business mode. Well, business and networking mode for like 6 days. So I network with people I meet in gas stations or Starbucks on the way down. I network once I get there. So I'm going to be getting there Friday night. Right now, I have no Friday night plans. Saturday morning, I believe from 8 to 12, I'm going to be at the NSA event, but then from 12 through the rest of the day, I'm moving over by the Hilton Anatole. I'm not sure if it's Hilton Anatole or Anatole. I think it's French, so it's Hilton Anatole or Greek. I'm not quite sure, but I don't think it's Anatoly. But from the evening, from that Saturday evening all the way through next Wednesday or Thursday, I'll be either at the Hilton Anatole or right behind there. There's a Motel 6 where I'll be staying because I'm a cheap guy. And there's a Denny's near there. So man, if you ever want to get up early and network at Denny's or go to lunch or dinner at Denny's or the barbecue place near there, look me up while I'm in Dallas. Like I said, when I'm in Dallas, my time is available almost 24 hours. I will get some sleep in there, but not much. My time will be available. So if you want to network, if you want to learn about marketing, if you want to learn about high level or running a high level agency, please look me up. One of those things I've noticed about conferences is that there's obviously a lot of value in watching the keynotes, in watching the breakout sessions. But after a while, when you go to a lot of conferences, you realize and this is no slight for those of you who may be in the high level community. This is no slight on high level. This is just the way conferences are. When you start attending the same event over and over, the same business event or the same networking event, it almost gets to be rote. It almost gets to be like, oh, okay, you get it. Yay, rah, rah. We've got a big keynote speaker who's going to motivate and lift us all up, and we're going to feel great. Or we've got two or three. We've got a woman keynote speaker who's going to inspire the women. We've got a black keynote speaker who's going to inspire everybody and the women and the black people. I mean, keynote speakers are great, and they really do change our feelings and lift us up. Do I know? I've done my keynote or 3 or 5 or 10. Okay. So I get it. And then you have the breakout sessions. And oftentimes I learn more in the breakout sessions because those tend to be more technically oriented versus a keynote. Oftentimes keynotes are more mindset or performance oriented. So, and then you have the technical breakout sessions, and I end up getting a lot of value out of those because it's a smaller. It's a smaller audience, and you get to engage more and one-on-one. And when I speak, I love to do my keynotes, but I also love to speak at breakout sessions because they're just a little bit more intimate. But what I've noticed also when I attend an event over and over and over, and I can't remember if this is my third or fourth time going to Dallas for this event, is that a lot of the value or most of the value in the event, by most, I mean probably, let's say 50% of the value and 25% and 25% for the other two, right? A lot of that value comes from the hallway conversations, from the meals, from the technical discussions over drinks, from randomly sitting down with a random person in the bar and connecting and realizing you have some common goals or you have some common, business objectives, and being able to network like that and connect with other people. To me, if that's all I got to do at a conference, that to me would be the amazing. I would go to a conference all day long if it was just networking, hallway conversations, hallway meetings, things like that. Or somebody meets me because I'm pretty visible online. Somebody meets me we've been interacting online in a Facebook group, and they had an issue, and they're like, Patrick, can I sit down and show you this issue, and can you give me some advice on it? As long as I have nothing else going on, um, uh, as long as I have nothing else going on, I will give up my time 24/7 till 5 o'clock in the morning if you need help in your business or your technical side, and I can definitely help you. And I see Charles, the man is here. And let's see, what does Charles say? Let's get the mouse to the right place. And Charles says, I totally agree. I never listen to speakers anymore. I go to network, meet one-to-one, and do business. It's the people, not the speakers for me. Yeah. Every single day, Charles, I'm learning you and I are more and more kindred spirits. So you've got, I think, 2 or 3 times the kids I have, but I've got one daughter, which sometimes is the work, I think, of 2 or 3 boys, but whatever. But yeah, I'm not even sure you're going to make it this year, Charles, right? I don't. I think I heard in some conversation I'm going to make it this year. But yeah, that's exactly why I go, which is why I make myself so available. So again, if you're going to be down in the Dallas area, from the moment I get down there, which is going to be that Friday, that previous Friday, I'll probably leave here. It's kind of funny. I'm timing my drive down around the Red River rivalry. And for those of you who aren't football people, I'm not a football person, or college football people, or sports people, one of the biggest rivalries in the Midwest is the OU Texas weekend. And that is OU Texas weekend, and it's down in Texas. So that means for a good chunk of that Saturday, like a lot of the Oklahoma City college crowd is like driving down I-35 to Texas. And I do not want to be anywhere near that. So that, I believe the football game is at 2:30. And so I believe that, like I said, the football game's at 2:30, and then my goal is to basically kind of get in behind the football crowd. So that Friday night, if you're in Dallas, that Friday evening, I would imagine I'll get in there 3 or 4, something like that. My time is available for networking and tech work. If you want to go out to dinner or do some late night drinks, let me know. We can talk work. Same thing that Saturday after my event with the NSA. The NSA event goes 8 to 12. It's not around the high-level hotel area, so I may have a little bit of a commute to get there. It's Dallas, so who knows? A commute could be 3 freaking hours in Dallas. I know Dallas fairly well, though. It's not going to be more than an hour, but from that point forward, my time is available. I'm going to check into my other hotel. I'm going to go check out my breakout room for my event on Sunday, and then again, Sunday morning. My time, for the most part, is available if I'm not prepping for my own event. And then obviously Sunday evening, and then that entire week, just please reach out to me, and I will offer all kinds of advice. And there's several reasons. Obviously, the networking, we talked about that. While I'm looking forward to going down, but this is also the event where this company, High Level, does a lot of feature releases, and it's always exciting. I mean, I usually know what's coming because I know people like Charles, or I've been on some product town halls where I have an idea of what's coming. So there's very rarely like an earth-shattering change that comes up, but it's always exciting to see it there. It really is. So I'm looking forward to that also. I'm looking forward to hanging out with people like Carrie Taft. But my whole point in all this is these are the things that juice me. Okay, these are the things that energize me. Going to an event and hanging out with Carrie or Charles or the Harvey Holmes of the world, or the Michael Luigi's of the world. These are the things that juice me and get me excited. And like I said, I will stay up all night long if I'm having a good conversation with someone. I can, if we're doing some networking and we don't get to bed till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and I go back and I get 2 or 3 hours of sleep, to me that is a day well spent. That is the day I got to have a deep connection with somebody. We forged a friendship in either fire or tech hell, depending on what your motivation is. And you know what? It means we're both not looking at the news, which is hella depressing right now. So if you're in Dallas, look me up. This is an accidental promo. These people will be in Dallas. This is the cup I got from the Mailbox Power people. Uh, Automation is my superpower. And this is kind of cool. It even says Patrick on the side. So I go through different coffee cups. And this right now is my current one. I really like it. Smooth. It's a lot bigger than the coffee in it. I never like it when my coffee is like right to the top. That's just asking to be spilled, right? This is my current favorite coffee cup, so I'm looking forward to meeting the Mailbox Power people. I'm looking forward to Beyond and meeting my extendedly family now that I'm part of the extendedly family. Let's see, who else am I looking forward to down there? Of course, Johan and Walter are going to be there, and I always love hanging out with those guys. Sam Carlson from Upex will be there. Facebook ads, great Facebook ads platform. Carrie Lynn Taft will be there, and hopefully her boyfriend will be there. She was a lady that I knew a little bit before Costa Rica, but once we got to spend a week in Costa Rica, we really kind of forged a really strong friendship. So again, and by the way, if you're the kind of person that wants to go to this event, you can go to I think they're sold out of tickets. But you can go to levelup.gohighlevel.com and at least get on the wait list. Because I don't know if they're really out of tickets or if this is a scarcity marketing thing. Like, ooh, at the last minute, we're going to open up, 100 more tickets and we're going to put people in overflow rooms. If it was me and I say there's no more tickets, there's probably more tickets. I'm just holding out for marketing because that's what I do. I do that marketing thing. But if nothing else, please do get on the waiting list. I have no dog in this fight, so I benefit nothing from pushing people there, except for the fact that you get to meet me. And another reason I'm looking forward to it is because this event's in a much bigger hotel, and so I would imagine, hopefully, we're going to have like twice the people that they've had at previous events. In other words, I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, what else do I got going on coming up? Something recently. And I've been meaning to schedule some live streams to talk about this. I'm definitely diving deeper. Slow down, Patrick. Slow down. I am not diving deeper into anything. I'm diving deeper into my usage of AI to the point now where we do a lot of done for you high level work. We've got clients who we've got multi-month projects going on. They paid our team a good chunk of money and we're just building out amazing things for them. But I've gotten to the point now where I am building a custom Chat GPT agent for every client we onboard. It's just part of the package now. They may or may not want to see it. They may or may not get access to it. But what I do then, excuse me, trying not to burp on the microphone. What I do then is I start taking all of our documents about the company. Meeting notes. We get AI meeting notes into ClickUp. And I start dumping all those into that Chat GPT. Whenever they send me spreadsheets or documents with requirements, I dump all that into Chat GPT. Am I cheating? Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'm cheating. What I like Chat GPT for is it can store and recall information faster than I ever can. And so I'll give you a quick example. And I'm really not ashamed to admit this because I still apply a human factor to this. But if I have 3 or 4 requirements meetings with someone with a company, and there's my team asking questions on this side, and maybe there's 3 or 4 people on the other side, and they're all throwing out, we want high level to do this, we want high level to do that. First of all, I've stopped taking notes in these kind of meetings. Once I have an AI note taker in there, it's no longer necessary for me to take notes because I can be fully involved in the meeting and look at my AI note taker notes later. But the beautiful thing about doing this, and that's what I'm pushing my students and my tribe to do, is taking all that stuff, dumping it into a custom chat GPT, and then using that to extract summaries of all those meeting notes. Because let's face it, it's really hard to go back through a meeting and look at every single sentence. And that's what stuff like AI is good for, is for summarizing information and extracting key points. So that's one of the ways I'm bringing more AI into my world, into my business. I'm using it for helping, draft up requirements, helping sketch out proposals. And also, just so you know, my process in this is not to have GPT do all the work, is to have GPT summarize the work, and then it helps me write the proposal and just make sure I don't forget things. And that may be right there. That sentence right there may be one of the biggest reasons I love ChatGPT, is it remembers more information than I can. It remembers it in detail. It doesn't remember part of it. It doesn't skip words. It doesn't skip sentence. If a client says, "Hey, we need to do an API integration with Elgato," for some reason, that stuff doesn't get lost. And I like the fact that the information that my clients and my prospects share with me does not get lost. So when I pull that out, when I extract that out, when it comes to like requirements, documents, and things like that, everything is in there. Things that they may have forgotten they said, things I may have forgotten I said. So that's my big one. Oftentimes, people will DM me and ask me what tools I'm using in the world of AI. Right now, mainly custom ChatGPTs and MindPal. There's three tools I'm really trying to, four. Let's make sure I get this right. Three or four. Let's see if I can name them off. I do a custom. I pay for OpenAI, and I use a custom ChatGPT for every client, either a requirements one or a project management one. I've learned that my GPT should be specialized. I'm starting to use MindPal more to do external integrations, do workflows, things like that. Let me see what else were the other ones. Oh, I use Whisk a lot for images, for cartoonish images. I'm not a fan of using AI to regenerate a realistic me or a realistic somebody else. I use it more to generate custom stock photography or to generate cartoon images. So custom ChatGPT, what did I say? Whisk, MindPal, ClickUp. ClickUp is our project management tool. It's basically our work hub, if you will. And ClickUp has this utility called ClickUp Brain. And ClickUp Brain, I've actually got it running right here, is ClickUp Brain is like a mega super GPT, okay? From ClickUp Brain, I can query Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini. I can also combine that with all of our client information in ClickUp and my Google Calendar, Google Drive, Slack, and Zoom. So basically, as I'm typing my prompts into ClickUp Brain, it has access to all this information. So I can go in there and say, what's the status of this project? Or what did Crystal say 2 weeks ago on this meeting when it came to the guitar people, to the new guitar client? So that's something else I'm getting a little bit more into also. But I'm not the kind of person that wants to know every tool. I want to know a really small select number of tools and then get really good at those, and then I'll blow off the rest. When people put out these lists of the top 5 or top 10 AI tools I need to know, I tend to ignore those lists and move on to something else. So if you ever want to talk AI in person or online, just DM me. We'll get on a Zoom. We will gladly do that. But hey, my main goal for this live stream was just to remind you about getting into a funk. And please make sure you are doing the things that juice you. That's the best way I could put it. That juice you, that liven you up, that lift your spirit. I've got even this week, I've got some things coming up that I'm just so excited about. I've a buddy of mine, a firefighter buddy of mine, reminded me that I need to get back downtown and climb stairs. So Saturday morning, at a decent hour, I'm going to go back downstairs in downtown Oklahoma City and climb stairs with him. We're going to do 110 stories. as always, kind of a 9/11 commemoration, so that'll be good. And then we're going to network at a coffee shop afterwards. And what else do I have going on? Oh, I'm going to go out to a coffee shop tomorrow morning and probably meet up with some entrepreneurs. So again, I just got out of my disciplines. That's what I've done. I made the mistake. I got out of my disciplines. I'm going to get back into them. Hopefully you will get back into yours. And just be around people that lift you up. That's really what I've been missing recently, is just being around the people that lift me up. So I got to get back to that. I'll get back to do that. You get back to do that. If I don't see you in Dallas, or if I don't see you next week at this time, 9:00 a.m. Wednesday, put that on your calendars, then I will see you in Dallas. And of course, if you ever need anything from my agency, Stop Doing Nothing Media, in terms of high-level work, or if you just want to ping me about general business questions, hit me up on DM or text us. Again, my number has been in rotation at the bottom, at the lower third on this live stream here, 405-217-4752. Patrick, I have some questions. Let's get on Zoom. I will always give you my time as long as I have it available, and as long as there's not a paying client who wants that time also. You have a great, great Wednesday. Get some caffeine in you, get some water in you, get some protein in you, and I will see you online, my friends. Take care, and let's play. Let's play something cool going out. You know me. I'm addicted to that. I'm addicted to, let me see, what am I addicted to? I'm not really addicted to anything. Oh, here we go. What can we play fun that's going out? Oh, you always know the good stuff.
For Patrick. Stop doing nothing, kick it into action. Hit that subscribe for your boy Patrick. Hop into a live and see the value packed in, charging more up front while building out the back end. Cut from a different cloth, styled in a different fashion. Niches be tripping, find yours and then cash in. GHL badass, grow and get another SaaS win. Don't know how? Just hit Patrick up and ask him.
You have a great day. Take care.